All right. So, good evening, everyone. Let's start for tonight's stream of the Clash of Classic Classes, a tournament hosted by ROM Arena. The tournament will start in about 7 minutes. And note, you cannot request any kind of song as I'm not going to sing today. So, the first match we're going to feature is the one between Komodo and Wasteland teams. Let me just show you the bracket real quick. Prontera and Wasteland, sorry, my bad. So as you can see, the bracket as it stands has two quarterfinal matchups between Lasagna and Komodo, and Prontera and Wasteland, obviously. Since we only had 6 registered teams at this point, which means we are going to see one quarterfinal match right now, which is a best of 3 tournament. So all games will be held in a best of 3 decider. And we're going to play Magic Prison first. Second map to play will be Temple of Reincarnation, and Chess will be the third one, if there's a decider needed. So we will focus on the Prontera versus Wasteland match real quick. Let's check out the teams that are actually participating tonight. So, Prontera and Wasteland, the match we're going to feature first. Team Prontera rather stacked, honestly, if we're looking at that. Metzestra, Kriya, Taizo, Ultras, and Hilflos. No, you don't have to sign anywhere for Watcher's Reward. We are going to hold some little quiz questions during the stream, which will award to... Oh, let's just put it like this. I got 10 codes to hand out to you guys. We are going to have some questions between the games, or also in front of the games, actually. And we are giving away codes in 2 code stacks, basically 1 code per person. You can only win once, so that's the main rule I got here. So if you are amongst the first 2 people to answer correctly, it's super low, you're saying. Okay. For me, it's like showing myself. Let me just check. Anyone else having sound problems right now? Or am I too quiet for you guys? Or is it just Adam? Fabria, the note didn't really help, so sound fine, yes or no? Let's just ask like that. Okay, just low. Let me check on that real quick. So I increased the volume. That's actually showing that I'm rather loud on my stream. So better now for you guys? Ah, yeah, perfect. Okay. Yeah, no problem. So what we are going to do tonight in terms of codes, actually, is that we are giving out 10 codes, as I said. 2 per question that I'm going to ask you guys. The first 2 people to answer correctly inside the chat will win 1 code. It's 1 code per person, and you are not allowed to win twice. So if you're participating more than 1 time, the code will go to the 3rd person that answers correctly. And let's get back to the actual lineups. It's all over the game questions, basically. Can literally be anything. Okay, so let's just take a quick dive into the teams right now. Metzestra, Alcrea, Taizo, Ultras, Hilflos. Fabria. Aha. Swearing inside my chat. I saw that. So rather stacked team. While Team Wasteland also is pretty stacked tonight. If we're looking at that. With Sarum Yoshka, Megumi, Smashy, Toon, and Green Dog. So that's going to be a fun one to watch, I hope. We got 2 minutes left until the match actually starts, so let's dive right into the scene. Oh, nice, I got kicked out of the room. Let me just see. And hop over that. So as you can see, it's pretty darn open in that regard. Not too many people inside the room yet. So that gives us time, I guess, to actually go into the first question for tonight in terms of codes, if you want to. So, you guys ready for some interesting questions? Let's start with the question. What's the maximum amount of points a guild can actually have right now during the GVG season that is running at the moment? We are in week 2. What's the current maximum of points you can have as a guild? And no, it's not 100. And also, you could look that up in-game if you are able to. Yeah. See, Adam is done already. Oh, that's fine. Adam, another one. I can give out another one if you want. Nah. Okay, so let's just close that round. We're going to get back to that later on. Currently, we're missing a ton of players. Inside the room, so I was really hoping that things would go on quite smoothly, but it apparently doesn't. So let's see if we can gather up the remaining players, as we are still looking for 6 players actually for this particular matchup. But that gives us time to actually look into the other teams and classes right now. So let's take a quick look at those. We got Team Eclage with Adam, Armada, Say Hello to Kafra, Ruha, and The Void, which does look pretty competitive, honestly. Team Lasagna also playing right now. They're going to be the other team in round 1 in the quarterfinals that is actually playing with Goodwill, Telekova, Furziel, Yosho, and Shrek. Then we got Team Komodo, Poka, Eleanor, Yuki, Barrett, and St. Gur. And Team Geffen, obviously, with Fry, Kofefe, Scalpel, Fury, and the Orange. So, if you are following the actual PvP ladder, the top 200, you will see that there's quite a bunch of well-known names inside that tournament. So that's going to go quite well, hopefully, in terms of interesting matchups. So we are still lacking a ton of players here. It's looking better now. So we only have to, hey, Stolen, move around some players. No, we're still lacking one. Who's missing right now? Let's check. Oh. So Megumi just has to switch teams, and then we're good to go finally. Remember, it's a best of 3 tournament, so we will see 2 matches between those 2 teams before actually going into the semifinals. Also, if we are looking at this matchup, it's quite an even one, right? So it's pretty hard to say who's going to come out on top. And we are also going to switch our stream layup a little bit for the matchup once it's ongoing so that you can see the full action. So no need to worry about that. Stolen right now, there's no actual place for people to join in. Nah. It's actually not allowed to look at the matches apart from being a streamer right now. So basically, Armada was asking, and yeah, got disallowed to visit the other matches. Yes, Stolen. If someone's missing, I'm going to tell inside the Discord that you're looking for a spot, really. But I think we are good to go. I think the first team is, or the first matchup's already running. And the second one is up as well. So let's just follow the room chat here. As you can see, they are trying to see if people are actually ready. Let me just close that down. And then we're basically good to go. Hopefully. And here we go. That's weird. Just got kicked out of the room. Is there any way to join? Any ideas? Because the game basically kicked me out. Ah, it's the party actually. Okay. No party for me, as you can see. So still can't join. Do I have to leave the room then and rejoin? Because this is actually kind of problematic, but I think I had a party before, right? I'm not particularly sure, but I think so. So that one's on me. So want me to stream the other match then? No room yet. So, apparently we just had some problems in terms of streaming in general. So let's see if things are working better now. And so we will have to wait for the actual first games to finish, which we are going to do by just asking you guys a different question in terms of winning codes. So remember the rules for that. If you are one of the two players to type the right answer into the chat, you will win one of the redemption codes that I'm able to give out. So let's just do that. A second question of the night for you guys is, how is the skill called that basically is the new PvP skill that you can add as an active skill for the new season? So basically tier 4, the tier 4 skill. It's super possible to look that up real quick. Tier 4 skill for PvP, currently 6v6. What's the name? Yep. But you won already, Adam, so you are not able to win again. Anyone else? You guys not interested in winning codes, apparently. Yep. I'm going to take that, Fabria. So congrats to you. Just again, I'm going to send out the code after the stream concluded. I'm not going to do that right now because that's just going to go nuts, right? So first match concluded. Second one, I'm going to go on real quick. Let's see. Yeah, well, there's actually two names to it. The main one in game is called Harvester, basically. For us, I think it's different for another server, I believe. Not particularly sure about that. But even the patch notes had both Reaper and Harvester attached to it, so that's just fine. So let's see if things are working out right now. That would be fun. And here we go. So we got 36 seconds left until the match starts. And here we go. So it's chess during match 2. Capturing the base first here. Also, right corner, rather empty for Team Black in that particular case. Just showing you the map so that you can see what's going on. Right side completely uncontested, but one base already got captured. So let's look at what's going on here. Quite some battles ongoing and green dot going down. Team Black recapturing their base. And now also capturing the whole field, as we can see. Every single point now belongs to Team Black at this point, which is already a huge thing, really. But the advantage in points isn't that great so far. It's like 300 points, so everything's still fine. Those hell plants are nasty right now. Hard to get past them. Right corner, completely empty at this point. And here we are seeing the first real showing of how bad Spirit Whisperers can hurt during this season. They are going to be a proper force. And as you can see, Team White trying to catch up now. Also, the corner still contested on left side. But the point total is actually growing for Team Black, and they are still on the verge of winning this one. 8-3 kills at this point. And yes, I can obviously resume a little. Right corner still belonging to Team White. But Team Black is hanging on right now. It's not like they are losing ground too much at this point. Two now died inside the enemy base. Which Team Black reconquered right now. But fight still ongoing down there. Team White capturing now. That could be crucial. Only 500 points difference right now. But they have to get something going here in order to be able to win this. And now they got it. Almost the whole field belonging to them now. Base is now falling. Also, Team White's base down. Only 50 points difference for quite some time now. You can see the score actually down here, stolen points for each team. With Team Black reconquering almost the whole field right now. And that should most likely do it. Only 200 points now to go. And that's a wrap already. Last 10 points. And there we go. So we got Taizo 7-0 in terms of kills. Ultras 6-3 on his Arcane Master, which is a pretty strong showing. But then again, if we are looking at the other side, Toon 4 kills as well with Cat. Also really have to look out for those during the season, most likely. Yeah, Hearts can definitely do something during this season. That's for sure. It's going to be interesting how the meta will look like in terms of cats being viable. If there aren't too many Yorms around, we will see. Around one, or basically 1 week ahead until the season starts. So that's going to be fun. Quite a bunch of changes going on, probably, for some teams. So with Taizo's team also winning round 1, we are done with this one. And we're going to go ahead in terms of streaming to the second round, which will be the semifinals already. So let me just grab the right room and hop in there. So you're up for rewards, Pudge, yeah? Okay. So while we are looking at that beautiful team screen right now, where you actually can see the opponents that we're going to have now with Goodwill, QWERTY, Telekova, Shrike, and Furzeal against the Orange, Fry, Koffefe, Scalper, and Fury. We can actually ask another question right now for you to quickly answer for winning a code. So let's see. After people weren't answering the former, well, I'm going to ask you a question right now, and the ones to first answer correctly will be the ones to get some redemption codes from me after the stream. So let's just ask a simple one, right? You're watching the stream, everyone. So how many players do we have per team during that tournament? Yep. Toon, right? On Russia? It should be Toon, yeah. Okay. Let me just write that down real quick. So Toon, basically the one winning the code right now. Congrats to that. I'm going to send you the code after the tournament finished. And once I'm done here. It's not 1 billion. Let me tell you that. That would be weird to have 1 billion players actually joining in here. So, a match has started, so let's get into this one. Magic Prison at first. So here we are again with the actual teams. 25 seconds until match starts. Team Blue currently at the bottom. No, it's Team Red actually, sorry, my bad. So, semi-final round 1. Here we go. 3 seconds. And we can see Tilakova moving right to the right side. How far do you want me to zoom out? I mean, I can do full zoom. That's just fine. It's personal preference, I believe. So orbs are lootable right now. And Team Red actually conquered 3 already, so there's a huge advantage at this point. Let's see what they can do with that. LP is up in the middle, but there's really no interest to get. Now there is Kofifi taking the orb in the middle, but still Team Red far ahead with the 3 orbs they got for nothing in terms of kills for them as well. Pretty much controlling the game at this point. UFOs moving in to the middle as well now, controlling quite an area. And the point margin is going to grow for Team Red at this point. They don't even really have to loot the orb in the middle right now, if they are still able to control the enemies here. And now they got the 4th orb holder down, Kofifi down now. So full control for Team Red at this point, over 1k points ahead. Now looting the orb in the middle as well, through Furzeal. Now income from behind. And Goodwill died, so they're losing orbs right now. Or lost at least 1. Maybe that's some possibility for the other team to come back at least a little. But again, Goodwill relooting the orb. Back to 3 orbs for Team Red. But quite a battle ongoing at the bottom right corner. And blue team actually got the 2nd orb now, but they are like 1,700 points back at this point. So they have to do something against Team Red's orb holders, or they are going to be in big trouble very, very soon. Kofifi looting the orb in the middle. That's a start. Yeah, I think so too. Dorum in mid is rather hard to come by, really. Touch, we've seen that in our... oh no, I didn't play Dorum there, right? In our scrims, I believe. I was going on Hela at this point. So, quite hard to get away from cats, really. But still, 1.5k points ahead for Team Red. And they lost another orb now. Let's see if there's a comeback. There is a possibility, at least. LP doesn't help you against UFOs. They would just stay. There's nothing you can do about it with land projectors. If cats are using the proper rune at least. So, 2 orbs each for the teams, but still rather large cushion. 1.2k points ahead for Team Red. UFO still up in middle. Coffee died now, so that should do it for Team Red, honestly. 200 points only to go. But both orb holders down for them now. Every orb is obtainable at this point. So, no time for a comeback anymore. 3,800 points for Team Red. And there they are, winning round 1 of that competition. QWERTY 13 kills with the cat. Only shows how strong that class is at this point. So let's just go for the 4th code that I'm going to give out. Which class is the orange playing right now? For a code, give me the class that the orange is playing during the tournament right now. Yep. The tune, I can actually only give you 1 code. So that's basically the sad part about that. So I'm going to go with Hutch at this point. Nothing personal in that particular case. I'm sorry, I'm only allowed to give 1 code per player, so. Yeah, sorry, mate. So congrats, Pudge. I'm going to send you your code after the tournament as well. And we are waiting for the 2nd round of that matchup. Which actually became quite close in the end, to be fair. Even though it didn't look like that at the beginning. Yeah, that's for sure. I'd 100% go with that as well. And I feel like Durham isn't too bad in terms of gameplay, even with hero classes around, honestly. Also, if you're looking around on other servers right now in terms of PvP, you see a ton of Dorms. So we got 33 seconds left until the match starts. Yeah, hell plants as well, true that. There's so many things that you can actually use right now in order to get so many summons up. So we are going to follow Team Blue at this point. Kofefe in particular. Temple of Reincarnation match 2 is running. Time filled up in the middle. And already the first UFOs blocking the first orb spot. Orbs are up to loot. And Kofifi got the first one. Looks like he doesn't know where to go at this point. Also, again, Team Blue holding only one orb. And the right corner is difficult at this point. Team Red already ahead in terms of points. 300 points, around 300. And yeah, Tuna actually thinks so that a Vision Relic is probably the worst thing in terms of how to control matches. I really say matches at this point because it's not only cats, for example, it's so many other classes that are relying on height. We also had Pudge in one of the scrims I had over the last 2 weeks on Snake, basically, where he was just using a squid guard and basically wrecked the whole other team with that because there was no Vision Relic at that point. So that's another game changer, literally. And it feels like a Vision Relic at this point is way more important than HP Relics, for example. So let's focus on the game. 3 orbs again for Team Red. Another 600-point lead. And a huge clash on the right side ongoing. But Team Blue, for now at least, able to withstand that attack. And Kofif is sitting on the other side, waiting for the orb to spawn. Which it did. Team Red still comfortable in the lead right now. With 1,200 points ahead already, which definitely is a large lead, especially when holding 3 orbs. Also, if you're looking at the kill counts right now, it's 15 for Team Red, 5 for Team Blue only, so. That's a problem if you can't kill the enemy, right? Especially if they got 3 orb holders at this point. Almost doubling up. They are doubling up on the opponents now, Team Red. And now even Kofefe died, so it's 2 orbs left for Team Red and none for Team Blue. So Team Blue will be the one that we're going to see right in the next match when it comes to who's claiming P3. And Team Red will move into the finals with the win they are going to get in about 10 seconds, maybe 15. Last 150 points left for them. 2 orbs holding. Even reached the 20 kill mark here. And they were stuck in points for quite a while now, honestly, for holding 2 orbs. But there we go. QWERTY not main killer this time. Only, if we can say only, 8 kills with Cat Wells for Shrike on Blazo. And with that, we can see our first finalist, Team Red, QWERTY Goodwill, Shrike, Furzio, and Telekova. And Fury, Scalper, Kofefe, the Orange, and Fry gonna play for P3. Which will be the next match up that we're going to stream, by the way. The one for P3. Let me just check who, or if the other matches are finished already, but it doesn't look like it. So we're going to see the following matchup for place number 3. It's Geffen against Eclage. So Eclage, Adam G, Armada. Say hello to Kafra, Ruha, and The Void against the team we just saw with Fry, Kofefe, Scalper, Fury, and the Orange. And we will yet again see another Doram in that matchup. As you can see, we got quite a few Dorams actually tonight, 3 of them as main DPS. Or as one of the main DPS, let's say it like that. And while we are waiting, let's just give away another code. So remember, only one code per player. So let's ask the main question here, right? As we're going to see Armada in a few seconds, which class is Armada playing tonight? There we go, Megumi already done. Perfect. Thanks. Gonna list you as the code winner. Code gonna be sent out after the tournament. So congrats. But still no room open, I guess. Oh, there we are. So teams are lining up. Another best of 3 for this one. And we are playing for prizes now, right? The team finishing up in P3 will get some redemption codes for the whole team. So there is something to play for at this point. So 2 players still missing. If we're trying to analyze what went wrong for the team of Fury and Kofefe at this point, or in the last match that they actually were playing, is that they didn't have a real good second orb holder. That was one of the main concerns there, because Kofefe was holding an orb, obviously, and he did well with it, but there was no one else to at least try to get a second one, it felt like. And then it's hard to win a match, I guess. All right, while we are still waiting, let's go for another code, shall we? Let me just give you a quick question. Our first code winner of the evening was Adam G. Which class is he going to play right now? Any takers on that? Yep, there we are. Already done. I need a PM from you, mate, on Discord, if possible, for the code to actually get it to you, if that's possible. Let me just write that down. And the teams are full. So we are going to have our match for P3 in a very short time. Also feels like some kind of internal One World match, if we're looking at how many players from One World are actually in that one. It was like half of the players, I believe. So that's another interesting fact, as other guilds are kind of staying away from the tournament host that we got here. So for now, we are just going to follow Armada, right? Definitely one of the best players we can get on the server. So Armada's team blue. against Rai, Fury, Scalpel, Kofefe, and the orange. Let's see if cats are dominating in here as well. With Ruha playing Magic Cat. Double time field. And orbs appearing in about 10 seconds. So Armada holding one orb, but they're lacking the second one, while Team Red also already got the second one. Now we are at it. Lots of fields in the middle right now. And Armada already getting the first orb from the middle. And it's a full control mode at this point. 2 orbs for Team Blue. Also 2 orbs again for Team Red, but still full control for Team Blue in the middle right now. Which could change right now with Armada going down. Orb got relooted. But there we are having the UFOs in mid now. And Team Blue once again lost an orb. Even though they are up in kills by far, the score is getting closer by the minute. Or was getting closer by the minute. Now it's going back to where they want it to be, I guess. 800-point lead at this point. But it's a back-and-forth battle against the orb holders at this point. Both teams only with 1 orb. Now both back to 2 orbs. You can see why those teams are in the battle for the podium right now, right? It's just a whole different story in terms of tactical advantages and stuff. But Armada is not able to loot the orb in the middle right now. And both teams back to 1 orb, I wanted to say, but then Armada went down and Team Red is back up to 2 orbs at this point. So they can actually recover a little bit. Especially if they are able to get the orb in the middle, but they can't. They're still struggling to get there. Now Kofefe got one, but had to pay for it. Because he died. Team Blue back 2 orbs. Still 1k points ahead. And also the kills speak volumes at this point. Also, it feels like the actual orb graphic is buggy, because we just saw that Kofifi died and they're still holding 2 orbs. The Void having a strong showing, 18-0 in terms of kills. Oh, that's just painful. And that should do it right now. With Armada looting the orb in the middle again. And it's the first victory for Team Blue. 19-0 for the Void, 10-1 for Ruha and Cat. For the other team, Fury and the Orange with 4 kills. But yeah, I mean, that's what you want to do, right? You want to get into the enemies that get the player you want to get out of the way. And if you're basically able to do that, that's just the way it goes. Especially if there's no real defensive mechanism around for the defending team. And yes, of course he is. I mean, we just saw that, right? So now we are going for match 2 of the best of 3 series for P3 of the tournament. After that, we will obviously also feature the final. Tito, I saw that, what you just tried to write, but it just got blocked by the chat filter, sorry. No swearing. So, let's get into the second round of that match, and we are going to see chess. So Team White this time for Armada, Team Black for Fry, and we are going to follow Ruha for now, so that we can see some cat gameplay, which should be pretty OP in terms of holding points. Let's see. 10 seconds until the match starts. Armada's team 1, Fry's team 0. So if Armada wins, Armada's team wins this round, they are finishing on P3. And there we have it. The instant UFO spam. Even though Team Black took control real quick. But Team White hitting back now. Ruha obviously trying to stay away from the opponents to stay hidden. Also getting into the enemy base. And you can see all the UFOs around the left corner, mid left, bottom left, enemy base. They're able to cover so much ground with those. So Team White in full control of the match right now. 300 points ahead. Left corner, nothing going on. Oh, Ruha's in trouble now. That's going to be problematic. Or could have been problematic if they teamed up on Roar, but that didn't happen, so Team White is still in full cruise control. Also Armada at the right corner, just keeping opponents at bay, waiting for the Void to do his job, teaming up with him. Let's just watch them two real quick. Sticking together here. Taking opponents down one after another. Yeah, that feels like, I don't know, 2022 at this point. So Team Black struggling right now to get back into the game. Team White still controlling most of the board right now. Fury getting killed here inside his own base, which now belongs to Team White again. And they are doubling up on points on Team Black at this point. And as you can see, that's not going to change anymore. Team Black capturing both corners now, but that's not enough to get back into the game. It's Team White, Armada's team, winning round 2 and winning P3 in the tournament. Congrats to Armada, The Void, Ruha. Say hello to Kafra and Adam for placing P3. And well played to Fury, Scalper, Kofefe, the Orange, and Fry. So there we have it for the match for P3. Let's just, quick question for a code. The first one who answers gets the code. Who was the one with the maximum kills this round? Just look at the screen and type whatever you see. The one with the most kills. Yep, Iru it is. Congrats. Gonna send you the code after the tournament concluded, as I know that the teams in the final are waiting eagerly to get the game going. So let's just hop in. Oh. I thought you are already fully ready to go. What's going on here? Ah. Okay, so quick break then. While we are waiting for the final. Well, I only got 3 codes left at this point. Yes, I know, but I still can only give them out to players that didn't win one yet. So even if you win, I can't give you more than 1 code anyway. All right. So let's just go with another question, because that's actually an interesting thing to look at. You can see Hilflos in Team 1 in Matt's team, right? Which class is he playing right now inside the tournament? Any idea? I've showed you guys before. It's not that often that you are going to see the class inside high-ranking PvP. Yep, Shen it is. Basically, it's Adam, but Adam, once again, Can't give you a second code, so it's Shin winning this one. Congrats to you. It's a Stellar Hunter, actually. A trap build, if I'm not totally wrong. We're going to see that in a second. So let's just watch him play for a second, shall we? And let's see what he can do against a pretty stacked Team 2 of Goodwill, QWERTY, Tilakova, Shrike, and Furzeal. And no, it's not a trap. Yes, it's a trap build, but come on. I'm not going to weigh in on that. So teams are set. Once again, lots of one world in here. 6 out of 10. I'm still not allowed to do that, Adam. Even that I'm not going to be allowed to do. So I also have to stick to some rules, I guess. Not too many, obviously, but some at least. And we're going to see the big final, the grand final now. And then some of you are allowed to watch the Eurovision Song Contest, right? I know that some of you are eager to watch this. So I know I'm not making the rules, sadly. I would love to, but I'm not the one to make them. At least not in terms of hosting tournaments or streaming them, which is what I'm doing. So let's see. Wanted to see what Hilflos is doing. Nobody cares about Eurovision. Euro kills. Huh. Let's see. We will see some kills in here. 17 seconds until the grand final starts. Magic Prison. Quick overview of the classes for you again. And here we go. I didn't hear it, and I also don't want to weigh in on that during the stream right now, actually. Let's just focus on the matchup for now. So, no competition for the orbs whatsoever, but we can see already that there's quite some casts up right in the middle, with Team Blue trying to gain control over the middle early. There we got the minefield. Second one. That's a lot of traps. But yeah, that's basically what you have to do, right? You have to stay out of trouble as a Stellar Hunter. Harvester for him now. Both teams owning 2 orbs at this point. Did you see the damage coming in? That was a lot. But then again, Stellar Hunters are also quite vulnerable for being hit, as we just were able to see. So it's 2 kills for Team Blue, 1 for Team Red, and Team Blue controlling the field as it stands at this point. So almost doubling up on the opponents. Let's look at QWERTY on Cat. Lots of control from... Oh, and quite some incoming damage that they got there. Didn't get their orb holders down, but still was decent enough to get rid of the cat at least. And now they got trouble inside the base, if you want to. Taizo died as orb holder. So apparently the orb graphics are still buggy to some extent, as I don't believe that orbs got relooted immediately. Let's go back to see what Ultras is doing at this point. Getting some kills in here. But Matt's team still on the back shoulder, like 400 points behind. White barriers up on Ultras. They have to gain control over the middle at some point. They can't just stay back. 3 orbs now for Team Blue. But they're in trouble now. Ultras inside the back line. Alone though, which was rather likely to grant Team Blue more points to kills than to be a successful approach here. So score is getting closer again. 600 points separating the two teams in round 1 of the final. And scores getting bigger for Team Blue at this point. 2 orbs up. Lots of control through Begetters in mid right now. Good Guardian gameplay here. And it's only 300 points missing for Team Goodwill for the first win of the finals. Taizo died as orb holder. And that should do it. Here we go with round 1 of the finals. And the first win for Team Goodwill. No enthusiasm. So, let's see what match 2 has in store for us. As we can see, it's going to be chess. So that adds another layer to that matchup, really. As we are approaching a matchup where we are seeing Taizo on Begetter, who's very, very capable of closing down chess pieces, for example. Also, having a Stellar Hunter might not be the worst thing to have, because you certainly don't want to get into a chess piece that is stacked with traps. So let's see. If Matt's team can actually bounce back for an all-deciding game 3. Well, if we are going to be able to crown a winner after this one. Yeah, it's been a lot of one world players actually. Also on the other teams we had, like, I'd say about 1/3 of the actual player base was one world for this tournament, something like that. Yeah, yeah, of course. We are actually doing that all the time right now during War of Imperium, clashing with one world. It's pretty hard to say, honestly. Um, for me, one world is still quite a bunch ahead of us. Um, we saw that during the last War of Crystal, where I personally fucked up strategies and stuff. So that's something where we definitely have to improve, and where one world just is state of the art in terms of strongest skill on the server and such. So black and white chess it is for a match 2 of the finals, with Goodwill's team being Team Black, Med's team being Team White. Let's follow Taizo for a second and see what he can do with his Begetter. And here we go. Oh, we're running straight into a 3-player stack from the other team here. That's a tough one. Didn't get too much damage, but still. Both teams conquered one side for now. But Matt's team is heading back now, so it's a rather equal match so far. Even though Team Black is now able to regain the right corner and to hold on to it. And that's a problem if you're not able to move into a chess piece, as Hivlos, for example. You can't just move right into an enemy stack. But Matt's team now conquering every single chess piece apart from the right corner one. So that gives them an edge here. Let's just look into the enemy base. Team Black now regaining control over that one, with Matt going down. The right corner still contested. And Team Black being able to recover. But it's a close one. Only 100-point difference at this point. QWERTY trying to get down Alcrea, but it's not going to work. Alcrea is missing a partner there on the left side in order to regain control over the left chess piece. With Team Black just staying there with 2 players at once. So there's no way of getting it back alone. even though the incoming damage doesn't in any way hurt our career at this point. So now they are recapturing it. Now we are going to have a match again, even though Team Black was getting in lots of points. As you can see, they're at 3k right now, and it's going to be a long, long way for Team White to get back to this one. They need to get something going here. They got enemy base, which is a great start to that. But will it be enough? Doesn't look like it's still 1k points as a point differential. They have to get the right corner and to get the enemy base back, but they won't. Trying to hold on to the left corner now, and Korea has to forfeit it. And that will most likely do it. Lots of control for Team Black now, and they will claim the throne. $200 points missing for them, owning both bases. And that's it. Congrats. So, we do have a winner now. We do have a great second place right now. Congrats to both teams for an amazing final series. That was a whole lot of interesting stuff to watch here. And as it stands, I still have 2 codes to hand out. So, quick question. Who was the player with the highest kill score in round 2 of the finals? Yup. Yes, Yuki. Yuki was the first one. Congrats, Yuki, for that one. And because it's the finals, Kazuma winning the last code. Congrats to that. Please DM me after the tournament on Discord if you can. Or you should be able to, most likely. If you can't DM me, add me as a friend. Sleuth, everything in small letters so that I can get you the code. All right? That would be, or just give me your in-game nickname. That would be working as well. So with that, all 10 codes are handed out. Oh, yeah. See, Curtis. Let me just write that down. All right. So, with that, we are concluding the tournament for tonight. Congrats again to Team Goodwill for winning a pretty intense tournament. Hope you guys had some fun inside the stream, even though we had some struggles during the first few minutes. And I will have to fix my game apparently, as I still got the point totals on the right side. So let's just try to get that done. As I said, hope you had some fun. Hope it wasn't too bad for the first stream that I made. So thank you all for joining. Remember to DM me, please, if you want a code so that I can get it out to you. And wishing you all a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy your War of Crystal tomorrow. And see you for the next one.